What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Godzilla X Kong 3, which is the sequel to Legendary's Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, which is now officially the MonsterVerse biggest grossing movie. If only Warner Bros., which is a distributor only, would have kept it at the box office way longer, it could have got a way bigger box office. Well, a little bit bigger, but Warner Bros. Being a distributor and Warner Bros. Making more money when it goes to Blu-ray, it makes sense why they pulled it so fast. And also, some pretty cool information about the sequel. Also, some pretty cool information going around the Godzilla community about a potential sequel for Godzilla -1. The movie made a hell of a lot of money, but you know what Toho are like. But it's looking likely there's some pretty cool, interesting, exclusive information that's been revealed about the ending, which could confirm Biollante could be the villain for the Godzilla -1 sequel, potentially. So, if you are new around here, what the freaking hell are you doing? Make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel, DC, Kaiju, MonsterVerse, pop culture-based content that I try to deliver on a daily basis. If you could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know, who do you want to be the villain for the next MonsterVerse movie? Space Godzilla, Gargant, Destroyer. So much potential. And also, let us know, do you want a sequel to Godzilla -1? Biollante is looking very likely, based on the information going around. Also, if you could check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice, and also check us out on Twitter. H2G. Right, let's get into it. As we know, it's been confirmed that Grant Sabutor has been confirmed to be directing the next MonsterVerse movie, which does seem to be Godzilla based. Now, what is interesting is he is a serious director, but he's pretty unknown and hasn't really associated himself with any nonsensical movies, i.e. he's not been a DC director or a Marvel director, or has not really done any superhero stuff. So the general consent in the community is it's going to be a dark, gritty tone. Not sure about that, but if you do look over his IMDb and his creditations for what he has worked on, they do appear to be a more serious tone. So as we know, Godzilla X Kong: The Empire is now only just MonsterVerse's greatest movie in terms of box office money, which Legendary cares about. Legendary made the movie. Warner Bros. Is a distributor. I don't understand why people think it's a Warner Bros. Movie. It's not a Warner Bros. Movie, it's a Legendary movie. So he's officially said some stuff. So he was asked some questions on, I think it was a Reddit, Ask Me Anything. And someone says, he said a lot of stuff and he didn't really answer. Congrats, dude. I am Mother. Gotta ask, what is your favorite Godzilla movie? What are your top 5 favorite movies in general? I mean, that's a lot of stuff to ask him. But what he did respond with is interesting. It makes me think, are they getting rid of Kong? Now, Kong Skull Island was the most successful movie up until recently. Kong is a fan favorite. But as I've always said on this channel, and it does look like they're going to have a bit of Kong focus on the next season of Monarch Legacy of Monsters, is they should just get rid of, well, not get rid of Kong, but bring the Top G back in so much more. That program was so successful, and we barely even seen the Top G in it. So Grant responded with this: you haven't seen my favorite Godzilla movie yet. Is that too cheeky of a response? Now, this is interesting because it doesn't mention Kong. He says, have you seen my favorite Godzilla movie? So a lot of people are kind of, I wouldn't say they're getting sick of them. Most people that watch the MonsterVerse movies, it's kind of like slapstick content in terms of movies. But a lot of people don't really want the team-up movies anymore. They want like a Godzilla standalone movie, a Kong standalone movie, and then what will happen is we can have a massive destroy all monsters-based movie. Now, when Adam Wingard was still going to be in charge, and when he was doing the press rounds for the latest movie being Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, he was talking about inspiration from, you know, Godzilla versus Destroyer and a baby Godzilla Jr. coming in. I mean, them ideas could still take place. As we know, we do have a writer for the movie that did have creditation for the original Godzilla movies. So it doesn't mean that all the ideas that were going around about what Adam Wingard would have done have been thrown out the window, because sometimes when a director comes in, they're literally coming in just to direct a movie and have no input on the script. But to hire a director this early on, when they've only just hired a scriptwriter to pen the movie about a month ago, very interesting. So this is what he had to say when he, you know, officially said, yo, it's true. So Grant said this: well, this is literally huge news. It's also a huge honor. I've been a giant monster fan for as long as I've been a fan of anything. And to follow in the footsteps of other incredible directors who've had their turn in the MonsterVerse is a dream come true. Can't thank Legendary enough for the Titan-sized opportunity. Pretty cool. Seems like a pretty cool rounded, you know, humble guy. So, where is this next movie going to go? So, there's a lot of speculation and a lot of accumulation based on the novelization that came out. And it hints that governments are getting annoyed, that governments are going to really get involved. So I came across this full accreditation. It says this: Monarch thrives in secrecy. So if they possess Mechagodzilla, it will undoubtedly emerge in a novel alliteration. While the government stopped the mechanicism of Kong's human remains, a possibility that MonsterVerse has established a foundation for mecha suits. And then it goes on to say they could basically have a Mecha Ghidorah, a Mecha Godzilla, essentially, and a Mecha everything. But there is a part in the novel where it hints that humans are getting annoyed with the Titans basically wrecking all these cities because they've wrecked so many cities now. So whether it be a human stroke mecha invasion of Hollow Earth, I don't know, but that seems to be the general consent and the general feedback of what people have said. Like I say, if I find information online, I'll talk about it and give full accreditation. But the general consent seems to be that people seem to think what this novel is hinting at is there's going to be some kind of government uproar about the Titans, and we're going to have an invasion in some capacity happening in Hollow Earth. As we know, humans have been to Hollow Earth. We've all seen Legacy. Is that going to happen? I don't know. I mean, that could be interesting. Or an alien invasion and bring Space Godzilla. But yeah, you knew I was going to... Yeah, you knew I was going to bring Space Godzilla into it, and I won't stop talking about Space Godzilla. I don't care who makes videos on me, because I've heard the videos you guys make on me. You may not actually use my name, but I know exactly who you're referring to. I really do. So I've been doing some information digging and just looking what's going on with this novel. And some people seem to think, according to the novel, Behemoth, it was left in Brazil. So there's a lot of Titans that are kind of being introduced that are kind of still out there, but no one really knows why they haven't been used. I fully understand that as well, because what did happen is we had Tiamat and Scylla get absolutely bodied to the point of being killed. So as we know, there's always some discussions with Legendary Pictures, as they own the movies. Warner Bros. Does nothing pretty much in terms of development. Is they've got to buy the licenses of Toho. So Shimo wasn't technically made by Legendary. I mean, if you look into it, there is technically a character called Shimo out there. I don't know the lore, I don't know the mythos, but I mean, they could just make characters that are exactly like Titans from Toho without actually using Toho. That's why I'm kind of like on the equation that maybe it will be like a Mecha Space Godzilla. Although we couldn't really have a Mecha Space Godzilla because we've not actually had Space Godzilla yet. And also, I was sensing the other day, I can't find it again, is Adam Wingard in a featurette messed up when he actually said that Scar King was supposed to be way bigger than Kong in a V-roll. Someone sent me on Instagram the other day. I can't find the video clip. I'll add it if I can. But that was interesting. Really was interesting. And the novel also states that Shimo is stronger than Godzilla, but when he's supercharged, he was then stated to be equal to Shimo. This means that Godzilla in the past was nowhere near as powerful as Shimo. Even if that was the case, Godzilla would still throw hands. Yeah, I completely agree with that. So this novel does actually bring up some pretty interesting things to me, but it all still points down to the flying Godzilla, the star who ate the star. It all still spans to me that Space Godzilla is going to be the overall villain of the next movie, and I don't care anyone thinks, because it's going to happen at some point. We had Godzilla kind of, fighting Kong. We had Mecha Godzilla. We basically had Shimo, who is the female Godzilla. Now we need a Space Godzilla. As much as I want Destroyer, or Biolante, or Gargant, or anything like that, it would be cheaper for Legendary to just use Space Godzilla, because realistically, they wouldn't have to license the character out at all, if you ask me. Based on the information there, it does seem like the new director is talking more like it's a Godzilla movie and not a Kong movie. Now, due to merchandise sales, where the money's really made in these movies, I don't believe they're not going to have Kong at all. Maybe Kong may not feature as much. Adam Wingard did say that if he was going to get a sequel, he would do what he did to Godzilla to Kong, basically sidelined Godzilla and had Kong be the main star. So if that is the case, I'm down for that. That would be pretty cool. As I've said, it's hard to make these kind of movie videos based on the next movies, because at the moment, your boy, I can't even get a hold of a plot leak yet. Don't worry, it's coming. I'm trying to get a hold of some real information for Godzilla X Kong the sequel. don't worry, but until now, this is all the kind of information I can actually find. And I thought, seeing as this is kind of a Kaiju Godzilla-based video, we'd talk about the most recent information, although I don't know if that necessarily carries any merit. So this article's going around. Godzilla -1 director confirms what we all suspected about the ending of Godzilla -1. It's worth saying this article dates back to June 19th, 2024, which is only a few days ago. What are the G cells in Godzilla -1? So the director was asked about the mark on Noriko neck at the end of -1. The moderator, this was worth saying, this is what's at a Godzilla festival in Japan, went on to say, if those marks were in fact the G cells, aka Godzilla cells, the director confirmed they were. But what are the G cells? They are fragments of the biological material that linger in the wake of Godzilla's attack after it runs back into the ocean. G cells were first introduced into the long-lived franchise in '89 with the film Godzilla vs. Biollante. The cells possess unique regenerative properties that have been used in the past Godzilla films for scientific research. If the bruises on her neck is basically exposure to the G cells, that could spell trouble for the young woman and her newfound family. This is mainly because the cells have been used in other installments to mutate those who carry them into Kaiju. Biollante himself was accidentally spawned from a hybrid of G cells that arose and human DNA. The human in question was the daughter of Biollante, inadvertently the creator. So what does this mean? Well, is it saying that the villain of Godzilla -1 sequel is going to be Biollante? It could do. So as we know in Godzilla -1, the only Kaiju was Godzilla. I don't think they could carry another movie with just Godzilla ripping up every place he's at. So I think there would have to be another Kaiju, if you like, for Godzilla to fight. So I'm not saying that Biolante's confirmed to be in the Godzilla -1 sequel, because I don't even know if a Godzilla -1 sequel is actually even confirmed yet. Obviously, the first one rumoredly had a budget of less than $50 million, and it took over $100 million at box office. According to the internet, the best research I could find saying there's no official confirmation of a sequel or a second part, just fans really want it. And the fact that it made a bunch of money tells me they will make it at some point, but it may take like 2 to 5 years because small team, low budget, but they probably would give them more budget, to be fair. It was one of the best movies of the year. Watching it really was a pretty cool movie, and it hit Netflix, hit #1, and a lot of people seen why it was so highly rated. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.